Hello, welcome to episode 3 of my 10 movie battle royals. This one is going to be zombie themed, and all 10 of my picks have the word zombie in the title. So that's what I went with for this one. Some of these were first time watches, some I've seen a lot. So it's all over the place, but I wanted to do a zombie episode, and I figured, how do I separate them, because I have so many zombie movies. I'm like, alright, I'll do ones that have zombie in the title. Next time I do a zombie episode, I'll do ones that have, dead in the title, because there's a lot of those. And, yeah, go from there. So my first episode was werewolves, and the Wolfman walked away with the championship from that round. And then my round 2 was samurai films, and the movie Ran from Akira Kurosawa walked away with the title for that round. And this is round 3. Once I get 10 done, I'm gonna do a 10 movie elimination King of the Ring. So I will introduce you to my titles for this battle royal. The first one here is White Zombie. We got Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse, Cockneys versus Zombies, The Plague of the Zombies, Zombieland, Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. Love that title. Zombie High, Gangnam Zombie, Zombie Night, and last, and I had to include this obviously, Zombie. Or Zombie Flesh Eaters is its other title. But I prefer Zombie for this episode, for obvious reasons. But this is going to be a fun one. Yeah, jump right into her. What do I got here? In 10th place, I have, from Scream Factory, this is Zombie High. It's got Scream Factory here. Blu-ray and DVD. No reversible art. Had a lot of hope for this one because it's got Virginia Madsen in it from Candyman. She's a really good actress. And she does a solid job here with what she's given. But I wasn't a fan of this. I gave it a 1 out of 5. And honestly, the first 3/4 of the movie is a fucking bore fest. I was not feeling it at all. Nothing happens. It's just kind of like she's a new girl at college, and it's a college that's male dominated, and it's all they're future presidents and they're a prestigious college kind of thing, university. And she starts to notice that something strange is going on, and as you can tell with the title, there's something strange going on. And it has to do with zombies. Now, the build-up is way too long for a movie that gives away the plot in the title, Zombie High. It's kind of why are you trying to keep this a secret? We all know already. And that's the part that irritated me, because it takes 3/4 of the movie to reveal to you before you get zombies, basically. And I was bored. I was really bored in the first 3/4, and it paid off in the end. That's why I gave it a 1. I didn't mind the ending, but it just felt like something I've seen before. honestly. It was just like, been there, done that kind of feel. I don't know. Other people might like this more. Obviously, it's got some kind of following because Scream Factory put it out, so they must have thought it could sell. It's from 1987. But Sherilyn Fenn as well. Yeah, that's about all I can say. If you like that style of movie, it's fuck it. I'll just move on. Next up in 9th place, I have the movie that I truly thought was going to be last place, and that is Gangnam Zombie. This was easily, like, just the cover alone, I'm like, alright, this is going to be absolute shit. Not only do I have to read the movie, because it's Korean, which I don't have a problem with, but it is a downfall, especially when the movie's shit. Now, I gave this a 1.5, and it's because some of the zombies look really good. Some of them, not all, some. This is a very CG heavy movie from Welgo, USA. It's basically a Train to Busan ripoff. Like, it's funny actually, when I was on Letterboxd ranking it, I seen one of the reviews said, this is what happens when you order Train to Busan on Wish.com. And honest to God, that's so true. It's just trying to be Train to Busan so bad. And it's following a group. I don't need to go into great detail. You know what you're getting. It's following a group of teenagers, young adults, and their zombie breakout happens. They're exactly the same as Train to Busan. The way they move, everything. Just a lot of them are CG'd, which is terrible. Some of them aren't. Couple okay kills, nothing stand out. There's nothing memorable at all. I gave it a 1.5 and put it ahead of Zombie High just because I was at least slightly entertained throughout it. Like, I wasn't sucked in. I found myself picking up my device multiple times and just kind of being like, yeah, okay. And that's hard when you're watching a subtitled movie. You pick up your device, you start to lose where you are. But the movie just wasn't good enough to keep me reading. So, takes my number 9. Thought it was going to be 10, so it's better than I thought. Next up, this I gave a 2. This is Zombie Night. That quote on the back is ridiculous. The top here. An old school zombie masterpiece. I'm like, oh, geez. This is put out by The Asylum, who does movies like Sharknado. Everyone knows who The Asylum is. Usually terrible CG'd movies. Now this is different. This is, actually it says it's from the director of Feast and Piranha 3 Double D. It's got Daryl Hannah, Anthony Michael Hall in it. This is a different experience from the other ones. When I was going in, I was thinking, okay, just horrendous CG zombies. This is going to be a shit fest. And it isn't, that wasn't my problem. The zombies actually looked pretty cool. They had a lot of cool ideas. There was some solid kills. It was the acting, first off, felt like The Asylum. It felt like people just met each other 2 seconds ago and they're trying to create chemistry out of nothing, and it's just terrible. No one connects with each other. Daryl Hannah is easily the best in the movie, but even she's struggling with the script and the lines that she's given. The storyline is garbage. Like, it starts out and it's Anthony Michael Hall and his daughter and their daughter's friend are just driving down the road, and then all of a sudden one of my favorite things in zombie movies happen, and that's why this has a 2. they're driving past a graveyard and you get the classic zombies raising out of graves. And I love that. I'm a sucker for those scenes. And this has a lot of those. So I'm like, I was enjoying that aspect. But then it would cut back to the acting and it's just like, oh God, why? Why is this happening to me? But you know what you're getting here. These episodes are going to be shorter when I do movies like zombies because there isn't, like, they're all pretty similar. So it'd just be me explaining the same plots over and over again. Zombies froze and people are trying to survive. So I'm not going to go into great depth. This one is at least watchable. It's a 2 out of 5. But I would say give it a watch. Some people might enjoy it a lot more than me. It's just one of those cases of how cheese you like your movies, and if you're in the mood for like a cheese fest. I wasn't 100% feeling this one. Like when I seen it was The Asylum, I was thinking, okay, this movie's probably going to be like a 2, might be able to get to a 3 if it's a very good The Asylum movie. But it just didn't go all the way. It just wasn't good enough. So it takes my 8th spot. And then on 7th place, I have the oldest movie here. This is from 1932. Yeah, 1932. Stars Bela Lugosi. This is White Zombie. Put out by MVD Visual and VCI. This bumps up to a 3 for me. This is more like it. This is where you have to start adding them into your collection here. Highly recommended. Anything 3 and above for me, it's like, alright. It's in there. This one, this is basically, is it the first zombie movie ever made? I'm not 100% sure on that. It might be close to it, the first zombie movie ever. This is Voodoo Zombies. For anybody that's watched a lot of, like, 1960s and before that, a lot of zombie movies use voodoo as what they are. They're just being mind controlled. And that's what this is. And this guy, there's a ridiculous part. This guy is not happy with his wife thinking. It sounds so stupid to say, but so he goes to Bela Lugosi and gets him to use voodoo to basically just erase her mind so that she's just a mindless drone, and that's how her husband wants her. And so he does it and then immediately regrets it because she has no brain, basically, right? So there's no connection involved. Everything's just stupid and dull and boring. And so he goes back to him to try and get him to reverse it. And he won't because he has a sinister plot going on. And he basically tries to infiltrate this guy's castle, take over his life, take everything. There's some excellent scenes. Bela Lugosi's acting is really freaking good. I enjoyed that. There's the acting from the lead actress here is really good as well. What the fuck's her name? I'm not sure what the name is. It doesn't say. It is irritating. But the lead actress is really good. The husband's really good too. Solid acting. The transfer isn't the greatest. But I mean, it's 1932. What do you expect? It looks good for that year. But I think the only thing that didn't put this up like higher than a 3 for me is that I've seen this storyline in like later movies from the 60s and the 50s and even the 70s, and it's just done better. But this is the original, so props for that. But I've just seen better versions of this classic castle trying to get rid of your wife kind of storyline. Like, I've seen it before. So, but with that said, it leads to a really good ending. Uh, I enjoyed it. That's all I can really say. It's got some twists in the storyline and stuff, so I can't really reveal a whole lot. But that's my number 7. And next up at number 6, I have, this is from 2012. This is Cockneys versus Zombies. This is also Scream Factory. Put this out. Got the slip, which is nice. No reversible art, which isn't nice. That shit drives me insane, like I've said multiple times. Don't get it. Makes the cardboard useless, in my opinion. Does it have a digital code in it? It's probably not valid. But, I mean, I'll stick it up for you anyway, if my camera can even pick it up. Try and hold that up there for a second, just to see if my camera can focus on it. Usually these don't work, but if I have digital codes, I don't use them, so anybody is free to take that. That's weird too. Usually Scream Factory movies don't come with digitals. Yeah, this one's just tons of fun. I wasn't expecting anything from it. I gave it a 3.5. Basically, it starts out and there's these two brothers and they go visit their grandfather in a nursing home. And the nursing home's being shut down. And the grandfather's like ex-mafia. And it's just a comedy. There's no seriousness here. It's just everything is funny, and the comedy lands for the most part. I found myself laughing throughout the whole movie. I enjoyed the character development because of their comedic aspects landing. But these two guys leave and they need to make money to save their grandfather's nursing home. So they decide to put together a crew of 5 people and rob a bank for them. And they go in, you get all the character development for their crew. But then they go into the bank, they rob it, everything goes to shit. They're basically busted. They come out and the zombie apocalypse has happened, so they get away with the money. And there's a black guy in here that's really funny. And he's like a nut job, but he tells a story about how he has a steel plate in his head. Which, right away, I'm like, oh, okay, that's going to make for a cool scene later in the movie. And sure enough, he gets bitten at one point and turns. And there's an awesome scene where they're all shooting him in the head, trying to kill him, and the bullets are just bouncing off of his steel plate, and like chunks of his head are falling off. Really good scene. Good deaths. Solid build-up. There's a lot, like tons of humor. Just a good movie, right from beginning to end. If it had some more memorable scenes, it could have been higher than a 3.5 for me. But it was pleasurable for what it is. Honor Blackman too, Bond girl, she's in this. Alan Ford plays the grandfather, he's really good. I've never really seen any of the other people in anything else, but solid stuff. I would definitely recommend picking this one up. Then my top 5 here. And in 5th place, I have from 1966. This is another Scream Factory release. This is The Plague of the Zombies. Great stuff on the back too. I love that cover art. The cover art and like the art on the back. Good stuff. I don't think this has a reversible. Oh, it does have the reversible. Jeez. Cool. So there's your classic art there. I definitely prefer this front. I like the glow on their eyes and stuff on the front. Cool stuff. This is Voodoo Zombies again, but done better than last time. These ones are actually creepy. Especially there's a girl in this. Okay, do I give a whole walkthrough of the story? There's a dude. Should I say a dude? Because I don't want to ruin storyline, because there are twists in this. It's almost like a who done it. Like there's somebody, zombies and somebody are killing villagers in this town, and people are disappearing, and you're trying to figure out who it is. And this guy in the front here wearing this cool mask, he's like voodoo man basically, and he's bringing the dead back to life. And these are actual zombies. He's using voodoo, but they're actual corpses. And he's just creating an army of the dead basically and taking this town. And there's a reason once you find out who he is and what the twists are and stuff. But there's some excellent scenery in this. Like just slow moving zombies in behind the camera while somebody's standing there and you can just see it coming. Like an It Follows kind of feel. There's an excellent moment where they dig up a girl's body that just died and her eyes open and she slowly sits up and climbs out, and she's like climbing demonically. Like, and it was creepy. It was just really cool shit. I gave this a 3.5 again. This was also a first time watch. I think on further watches in the future, this might be able to climb up to a 4. Maybe even higher, I don't know. I really enjoyed every aspect of it, so it just didn't like blow my mind. It was just entertaining. So 4 to 5 from me. I know I've explained my ranking before, but to get to a 4, you have to be like really, really good. And then if you want to hit 4.5, 5 area, you have to like literally blow my mind and excel in every category that I like. So, and it's close. But yeah, pick up Plague of the Zombies if you can. I think this is still available. I'm not sure if it's out of print. It's from Hammer as well. Hammer movie. Good stuff. And my number 4, we have, and I never thought in a million years that this was going to be a 4 from me, but it's Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. I love this too. Finally, a bloody proper zombie film. That's a quote. Love that. Stacked cast of British actors here. Lily James in the lead. You got Jack Huston from Boardwalk Empire. Matt Smith from Doctor Who and tons of other stuff. House of the Dragon. Charles Dance from Game of Thrones plays Tywin Lannister. You got Lena Headey from Game of Thrones, plays Cersei Lannister. Just a excellent cast. This movie kind of shocked me. When I turned it on, I was thinking, this is just gonna be fucking stupid. But whatever. I was thinking like maybe a 2. But right from the get-go, I love these characters. Like, it's based on Jane Austen's book, obviously, but with a zombie twist. And they nail it. Like, there's a love story going on. Charles Dance is the father of 5 daughters. And it's already in a zombie apocalypse world. It's set, like, far into it. And they are all trained in, like, different martial arts styles. And they're all, like, killers. And they're trying to find husbands. And all the men are, like, pussies. It's kind of funny. They're all just, like, rich dudes trying to get wives. So it's got all that, and she's just not having it. She's like, I don't want a husband. I'm a badass bitch. I don't give a fuck about men. So there's some excellent storyline there where she becomes entwined in a love triangle. Great. I don't know. It's exactly what it says. It's Pride and Prejudice and zombies. It's really difficult to explain it more than that. If you've ever seen any rom-coms and stuff, it's the same kind of thing. It's just got zombie twists. It's got a twist, like it's got actual twists in the movie that I can't reveal because it would ruin it. But right from the get-go, I was sucked in, right up to the final act of the movie. Like, I had a little bit of tears, to be honest. I was like actually sucked into these characters. It shocked the shit out of me. It's got great shit. Lily James is excellent. I really like her. Lady Catherine, played by Lena Headey, she's like basically the queen. She's just a badass that's killed thousands of zombies and earned her place. And yeah, I won't give away anymore, but it's got an excellent ending as well. If you haven't seen this, don't sleep on this. I bet, like, I guarantee you'll find enjoyment out of it. It's really well done. Good stuff. Now, my final three. We have Zombie. We have Zombieland. And we have my third place, and that's Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. This is another 4 from me. Rest in peace to the actor here. One of the scouts, he found out that he died. His name's not on the back. I can't remember his damn name. But when I was looking up who the actors were in this, because I thought I recognized a couple of them, so I was looking up and I noticed that the one guy died. He's only like 28. But this movie isn't really about the acting. It's not about the storyline, which is decent. It's 3 scouts guide. They're scouts. And the zombie apocalypse happens, with, like, I gotta say every single time. And basically it falls on their back to save as many people as they can in this town. But this is just comedy. Comedy from the beginning right to the end. And it might not land. Like, I noticed this is sitting at like a 2.2 or something stupid on Letterboxd. I'm like, I can't believe this didn't land for anybody. Like, I gave this a 4, maybe even a 4.5. Like, I thought the comedy was excellent. Like, obviously not everything lands, but I mean, it's a comedy and it never does. But right from the get-go, it starts out, they're playing that song, that fucking stupid pop song that gets stuck in your head. It's been like a week and a half since I watched this one, and I can't remember what the heck the name of the song is, but if you hear it, you'll know it. It's like just a catchy modern pop song. And the guy's singing along with it, and right from the opening, I'm sucked in. I'm like, alright, this movie's gonna be good. Basically, they team up with a girl they think is a stripper, but she isn't. She's just a bartender. There's an amazing scene in a strip club with a stripper zombie that's really fucking gross and pretty damn good. Tons of gore, tons of blood. Really unique, cool ways of taking zombies out because they're scouts. I don't want to ruin a whole lot if I tell you all the funny parts. Cloris Leachman has a great role in here. She's like a cat lady. And there's an excellent moment where they go into her cat house and she's a zombie and her whole house is filled with zombie cats. Excellent scene there. There's a scene where she goes to bite the one guy and her teeth fall out of her mouth, so she's biting his bare ass with her toothless mouth. It's funny. You gotta see it for it to be funnier. There's another scene that's really stand out, and I don't want to say what it is because it caught me right off guard and I was like gut busting laughing. I don't want to ruin that one. But yeah, it's just a fun comedy zombie, like zomcom, we'll call it. So I put it in third. I enjoyed it. I seen this for the first time a couple years ago. It's from like 2015. And I just watched it for the first time a couple years ago, and I've watched it like 4 times since then. I watched it by myself randomly, and then I thought it was so funny that I watched it with Kayla, and then she thought it was so funny, so we watched it with our daughters, and we just kept watching it, and everybody in the house loves it. So, I actually think they all love it more than I do. I think they gave it higher scores than me on Letterboxd. But that brings me to my top 2, and both of these are 5 out of 5 from me. These are 2 of the greatest zombie movies of all time, in my opinion. I know they are so far from each other as well. Zombie is a slower paced dread zombie movie, and Zombieland is just batshit crazy funny fun zombie movie. So this was a really hard choice to pick a winner here, but I ended up going with Zombieland as my third champion here, and I eliminated Lucio Fulci's Zombie Flesh Eaters. This 4K looks and sounds perfect. Dolby Atmos, Dolby Vision. Blue Underground puts out phenomenal work, and this 4K is perfect example of it. It's beautiful. It's what, when I buy a 4K, I expect it to look and sound like this. If you're gonna pay that premium, just awesome, man. Now, has a really cool introduction with Guillermo del Toro, because this is one of his favorite movies of all time, so it was a cool introduction with him. This stars Tisa Farrow, Mia Farrow's sister. I didn't even know that. It's about it for stars that I know of, like that I've heard of. I've seen this movie a lot of times now, but this has one of the most pulse-pounding, awesome scores. I'm just sucked in. It's so simplistic, but I love the frickin' score in this movie. Every time it kicks in, just like, and then the sound kicks over top of that, layers. Really freaking good, man. I love it. And yeah, basically, Tisa Farrow's character, she is looking for her father who's missing. And she runs into a reporter who's trying to cover a story about this island that has possible voodoo on it. So they team up together, and they meet this other couple that's about to go on a vacation on their boat, and they ask them if they can drop them off at the island on their way. So the four of them go off together, and then there's a really good scene where the girl strips down to her birthday suit and goes for a skinny dip scuba dive. And when she's down there, she sees a zombie walking on the bottom of the water. And she escapes and gets up. And then a shark comes by, and there's an awesome zombie versus shark scene that I thought was really cool. I won't go through everything. I don't want to completely spoil the experience, but they get to the island, they meet a doctor and his wife, and the doctor says, I knew your father, he died, this is what happened, and she doesn't fully believe it, so they start investigating. There's some twists and turns going on here. But where this movie honestly succeeds, and for me, is the look of the zombies are some of the best ever in a movie, I think. Just phenomenal work here. Some of the gore is gross. There's good, like, excellent gore. It's Lucio Fulci. It's what you're expecting, right? And it has the classic zombies rising from their graves. I love that. Sold every time. Has some great claustrophobic scenes in the finale where the zombie hordes are chasing people through like underground tunnels and stuff. Really freaking awesome shit there. Great. It's just, I can't even say one bad thing about this movie. Awesome ending. Like, it's a perfect zombie movie in my opinion. And it's the complete opposite of what my winner is, Zombieland. Zombieland is just 4 awesome actors coming together and just having a good time, and it's excellent right from the get-go. If you haven't seen Zombieland, then obviously check it out. It's fucking ridiculous. It's one of the best of all time, in my opinion. Um, do I need to go through scenes like the Bill Murray cameo is top notch. Can't get much better when it comes to cameos. One of the best cameos of all time, I think. Um, Woody Harrelson just knocks it out of the park. It might be one of his best like roles of all time, playing Tallahassee. Jesse Eisenberg can get slightly irritating sometimes, but that's just his character. He plays it in everything. I like him as an actor as well. Emma Stone knocks it out of the park, as per usual. Abigail Breslin knocks it out here. It's just so good. It has everything. It's got comedy galore. Some good zombie moments, especially in the final act. One of the best openings ever, playing possibly my favorite band of all time, Metallica, For Whom the Bell Tolls. It's just phenomenal shit. I don't know what to actually say. It's my number one of this episode. It makes it into my final 10 here. It's got some stiff competition. It's going to be a fun final 10, geez. But if you haven't seen Zombieland, obviously pick it up. This 4K looks and sounds phenomenal. I was going to include the Zombieland 2 in this round, but I was like, one Zombieland is enough per episode. If I do a future episode that is zombie based again, after I do my ones that have dead in the title. If I do another one that has zombie in the title again, I will include it in that one. I think I have another 10. Not sure. I have to dig through the collection here and see if I can pull out another 10 zombie movies with zombie in the title. But, awesome picks here. Absolutely must grabs. Everything from like my number 7 to 1. So from like here to here, I think are all must-owns in your collection. The other 3 are just if you're super collectors like me, or a super collector like me, likes to own everything. But zombie movies, it's one of the best, I think. It's hard. If I was ever doing like a horror genre, subgenre ranking, zombie movies would have to be nearing the top of the list. Like, there's so many good ones I won't even get into. I'll save them for future episodes. But there's also a ton of shit ones. But I mean, when you have as many hits as they have in the genre, it's hard to argue. So I'll leave you at that. That's my number 3. And I hope that you enjoy these battle royals I do. I enjoy doing them. I find it to be a really fun way to watch my collection and rank them as I watch them, and doing these 10 at a time gives me more time to talk about each movie. I would love to go into even greater depth on each one, but the writing it would take when you're doing 10 movies in one episode, I'd have to write pages of stuff I want to say, and I don't write anything down, just my list. So I would have to take it'd take me like 3 hours to put together a 10 movie episode where I talk deeply. So I just try to sell you a little bit on the movie. But that'll do, pig.